vent when it rains. Anyhow, we're doing
So,
fine.
I was wondering about some things, and maybe you could give some insight.
Sure, shoot.
I wrote this down. That because I watched this video of this professor, and he was talking about how the stones, I've been to the Preseli Mountains in Wales, and that's where some of the blue stones is come. It's the only place you can get blue stones and stuff. I've got some in my back garden.
That is cool.
But anyway, and they're supposed to be healing and stuff. See, back when my sister got really ill, and I had just before I knew all of, like I found like Neville Goddard, about 2015. Well, before that, I was like a crystal healer and stuff, and I thought, oh my God, I have to get to the Preseli Mountains and get her some blue stones and send them to her, and because I really had that conviction, because I'm like, it'll help save her,
Yeah.
and but so they those blue stones came from the Welsh mountains, so what do you think? Is this because it's supposed to be healing and stuff, and that's did God put that in, or did man make that up, or what?
No, God did it.
Yeah.
Today we use blue light, and it's the same color blue as the blue you're talking about from the crystals in the mountains in Wales.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Okay, you getting that crystal really would help her, because that blue light that shines out of that crystal kills germs, it kills viruses, it kills everything like that. Okay, it just does. I worked in a hospital for 16 years, the #1 cancer hospital in the world, and we had put up these blue lights at the entrance of the ICU, so that when you went into the ICU, that you got bathed in this light, effectively sterilizing you. Okay, and then you could go into the nurse area, right, where all the computers were and everything that's monitoring all the patients, and there are 8 beds to a pod. So when you went into an ICU pod, you had to go through this blue light, and then you could put on the bunny suit. You could put on the bunny suit beforehand or after, but you didn't really have to put on a bunny suit unless you were going into a patient room, where you again got bathed in blue light as you went into the patient's room. And then there's a red light that it heals. So if the blue crystal is really giving off more of a purple color, it's doing both. It's killing those germs, and it's healing, and it increases the blood flow and things like that in the physical, in your physical body. But that's they're moving into light therapy now, and all that crystal work is what that is. Light therapy through the crystal, magnifying it, producing that perfect color of light, you know what I mean? And crystals are a perfect representation of God, because and ourselves, because we're fractals, and a piece of crystal is a fractal off a larger piece of crystal. They're exactly the same. Okay, and they grow like that too. If you've gone into those or looked at images of the caves with huge crystals, and you can see they grow off. Some grow real big, and some have shoots that grow off, and they're all fractals, meaning they're exactly the same. But this one's over here being little, and this one's over here being big, but they have the exact same crystal pattern. They're no different.
Because they yeah, I've seen pictures of it, and they absolutely dwarf humans, you know, like when
You've seen those, right? It's like, holy cow.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen
but,
this one picture of this cave with these huge white crystals, and the guy's like this.
Yeah.
Everything else is crystal.
Well, a crystal is supposed to have a diva in it, you know, and when you activate it, I mean, you are bringing like you're the channel, and you charge the crystal because you're activating the little diva.
Yeah, but it's really you're the diva.
Yeah.
And you're activating God within. Okay. The difference being you don't give the power to the crystal. The diva is in the crystal. Yes, the diva is in the crystal, but it can't do anything until you activate it.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's where this thin veil comes into play. And the way you activate it is, I know this crystal's not doing this. I know God in this crystal is doing this. I know God's in everything. But that diva is not separate. It's God in the crystal, God in you. I know this is God. I know that's you, Pops.
Right.
I know this crystal ain't doing it. I know you're doing it.
Right.
But I'm using this crystal, a technique, to help this person. Thank you for healing, my friend or my sister or whomever. You know what I mean? And I'm now sending this crystal to her so that when she touches it, she'll feel like she is healed.
Right.
So it's like, if I look at somebody, I have a neighbor and he's sick, and I know he believes in the Dalai Lama and the Buddha. Okay.
Right.
And I take to him a little Buddha, and I tell him, this came from the Dalai Lama. This is a blessed Buddha, and everyone who touches it becomes instantly healed. So I went out and got this for you, and I believe it can help you. And they already have the Buddha belief, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And usually they're relieved. They get that feeling of relief. I'm going to be cured as soon as they touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the Buddha. All right. You know it's God, and you want to help your neighbor. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you could do something like that. A lot of people do things like that because they know if I tell them this story while I give them this Buddha, because they won't listen to me about the other stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
And you want to try to get them well, but there's other ways to do that too, is you see them as well, and that's that thin veil coming at you again.
Right.
And it's like a case by case situation. If COVID's a good example because it's in everybody's face, so a Buddha would help, even though you're praying for them. You know what I mean? A cross would help. Here's my lucky charm; it never fails.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that's going to help them while you pray.
Right. I totally understand, and because I've been having sort of like in my mind, I'm like disagreements, about well, I know this doesn't, but this person believes it. So if I help them that way or whatever, because, like I used to read cards and stuff like that. But if somebody that doesn't believe that, they can help themselves with, by imagining and stuff like that, then I'm like, well, the cards say, and then they can take the same message but from the cards, and like you say about crystals, and if you do this, it's the same message but it's given in a different way. I understand.
Yeah. There's
Understand
nothing
now.
wrong with the cards, getting the message through the cards.
Yeah.
You're the channel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah, and you believe you're channeling God. And he's
right.
tell us through these cards,
Right.
And so, you believe in tarot, or whatever. And I just use them. They're a tool.
That's evil.
No, they're a tool. I didn't say they had the power.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I know where the power comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that, buddy boy.
Right.
Well, Cindy, I sure enjoyed this.
Me too.
And you're so kind to come on here after the first time I didn't record, second time I didn't record it right, and now finally we got it. Yay!
Oh yeah, third time's a charm.
That's right, third time's a charm. Well, love you to bits, Cindy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Well, you look different.
We are different. Goodbye, madame. Goodbye, sir.
You're leaving?
Our work is finished.
You fixed the roof?
We fixed everything.
And now we must be on our way, and thank you for your hospitality.